Welcome back. This is Paul, and this is Minecraft Server Tour Part 4. Standing here on one of our little sky road things. That's the tower I was just inside, showing you. That secret area. And that's the other one. I'm not going to go inside there because it's exactly the same. It's just mirrored. I think that one's a little bit taller, but it's no real difference. Oh, hang on, let me set the time. Just so it doesn't get dark on us. Now this direction is a little further west than most of our developments, at least in this region. But there's one thing over here that I wanted to show you real quick. So, it doesn't look like there's really much over here. Matter of fact, almost lost my minecart. Pretty nondescript looking island. But there's a pretty good guess that you can make a pretty good guess that if there's a nondescript island with an underground network beneath it, that my friend Corey built it. So let's check this out. It's interesting. Some sort of a labyrinth of kinds appears. Something familiar about this. Getting any ideas? Now this should be very familiar. Well, if you haven't guessed, I'll just tell you. This is a replica of the first dungeon in Legend of Zelda. So this is one of those dark rooms with the old man. And yeah, it follows the floor plan pretty much exactly, block for block here. Obviously I'm not getting swarmed by monsters, but I'll give you a guess to what's over here. If you're a Legend of Zelda fan, you should know that it's the bow. I really like this little dungeon. I'm a big fan of the original Legend of Zelda. I used to play with my dad. We drew like the maps of it and everything to try and figure it out. This is where the dragon would be. And here's your piece of the Triforce. Very impressive. But yeah, I used to play this a lot. Back then it was a lot harder when you didn't have the internet. Drew lots of maps, bombed every wall in sight, burned all the trees, you name it. It was the only Zelda game I played until I played Twilight Princess. I did play Four Swords, but that's a little different. Not really much else over here. I think that connects to an underground cave network. The only remarkable thing about that is that one time we were all underground caving, me and my friends, and it was right after Weather had been released. So we were all underground, and then we heard the sound of thunder. And we dug up and towered this bridge out of the middle of the ocean floor. And that was the first time we saw the thunder in the game. We all sort of just stood on this little piece of cobblestone and watched the lightning. It was pretty cool at the time. Still remember that. But yeah, it's Sorry, a little distracted. My friend just got on. Anyway. So what should we see next? One of the difficulties with this I kind of want to just call it the expansion region because everything is so far apart, and that's what I meant to say. That one of the problems of this area is that the distance between interesting things to show is so large. We sort of just spread out into this wilderness and made all these different things, but I guess it's sort of my fault because I made this cave in an underground lava area that we found far away, and sort of started this building things very far away. I'm not going to stop and look. Some of these things there's no reason to really stop and talk about. That's just another thing I built, sort of. I was interested in the idea of torches holding up sand. Stop and look at this real quick. Now this was built by someone else, probably the last people to play with us. That wasn't one of my friends. I think he was friends with Ryan, but I don't think I ever actually played when he was on. But this was something I built out here before the roads or anything like that. It was originally, as you can probably see, a cliffside house sitting on top of this giant open cave. It was sort of on top of a precipice. It's kind of hard to tell with this road in the way, but that's sort of why I built it here. And I think some of this was added later, modified, if you will, from the original. It evolved a little bit. Oh, there's a wolf. I don't know if that's mine. No, I guess it's not mine wolf. Somebody else's wolf. Let's check these furnaces. Anything good? Anyway, let's see. Just a little, here's where you would stand, had a nice view. Not really much to show here. I think some of this must have been put in here by the person that came here later and built that other stuff. But let's continue on. Keep on moving. Now that over there looks like that's going out to something important. It's not. It just goes out to an entrance to an underground cavern that we were exploring one time. So now, actually, I believe, trying to get my bearings. Oh, yes. Probably the very most impressive thing in the expansion area is over here. It'll probably be the maybe the last thing I show. Let's see. And I mean, this all used to be total wilderness. I built my lava cave, which I'll show you later, sort of just out in the middle of nowhere. So that's what I want to show you. Ow. Just wait. That's not even a, that's like a fourth of it. That is my friend John, the guy who put the RAR. His masterpiece. So I don't even want to hazard a guess of how long this took to build. I believe it's a replica of an actual building, but we just call it the temple. I'm going to use creative mode here real fast just to get a good look at it, because it's really worth it. What is it? Oh, I never use this in the actual game. Oh, dang it. Okay. Just look at that. Wow. The dome is made of solid, well, not solid, but it's all obsidian. And this was before enchantments or any of that you could use to speed up the mining. It was all mined one by one. None of this was placed. None of this was given in the inventory. And I have no idea why, but most of this was built out in the middle of the water. So most of this ground here was risen out of the ocean floor. Let's get a little bit more of a down-to-earth view. And let's look at the temple. So here we have sort of the outer wall. I believe there used to be wolves here, but there was some sort of bug that teleported them to where we are now. Some boxes. This is just monolithic. I think he was planning on doing some changes, but never got around to fully implementing them. As you can see, this is stone bricks, which you can also see here in these steps. I don't believe these were originally this. Oh, and this was kind of cool. The cardinal directions, the south, S for south. And over there you can see north, south, east, and west. Yep. From the direction you're looking, east, west, south, north. And I love that pattern it makes when you look up. Yeah, this and this isn't all. Oh, and you can see he's got all his storage here. Very carefully divided out. Quite an impressive feat. Just the amount of obsidian here is pretty insane. Whoa, that's a big hole. Let's go look and see. There's more to the temple than meets the eye. Wow. Of course, this isn't a true cave. It's more like a giant room that he built. Yep. Just enormous. You can see, got some little wheat production, reeds, or sorry, sugar cane, mushrooms, and some big hole. Yep. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for part 5.